What is up, YouTube? Tyler Secrist here. Thank you so much for tuning into the Weekly Tea. This week's episode is going to be a monthly market update for May of 2022.
Welcome to the Weekly Tea. Look, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm cool with that.
All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're just going to hop into it. We're going to put up the information right here for this month. We're going to start in Allen County. We're going to talk to you about where we currently are, just to update you. I'm then going to compare and bring up last year's data at this time, and we'll compare last year to this year. I'm here in Allen County, and then at the latter half of this video, we'll talk about where the Grand Strand is currently, and that'll kind of do it for today's episode. So, like I said right here, follow along with us for May of 2022 in Allen County. The average sale price is $263,328. We're up almost 4%, right at 3.8% from last month to this month. Inventory of homes for sale. We've got 239 active properties for sale. That's a 12.2% increase from last month. The average day on market currently is 21 days. So it's taking about 10.5% longer to sell something today compared to last month. And then today's current interest rates on a 30-year, it's about 4 3/4 up to 5.5, depending upon your credit. I guess let's talk about those increases. Wow, the average sale price, that's quite a bit, $263,328. That's a lot of money for just your average, home in Allen County. Something that caught my attention this month, and I think we'll begin to continue to see this through the summer, is the inventory of homes for sale. A lot more product is hitting the market. I do think a lot of that is seasonal. May, June, July, August, I think we'll steadily start to see more stuff hit the market. People tend to move a lot over the summer. People relocate due to jobs, getting their kids into new school systems. This is kind of when a lot of that stuff happens. And it's just nicer, right? Nobody likes to move in the winter when it's really cold and yucky out. That's something we're gonna pay attention to. We'll see how it plays out this year. We'll talk about where inventory was last year at this time. The other main metric mover was the average day on market. It's taken about 10.5% longer to move something right now compared to last month. And I think that's contextual to the influx of the inventory, right? That makes more sense. More product hits the market, we've got more to look at. The more you have to look at, the longer it might take to look at something just because there's more competition. Don't get me wrong, demand is still super, super high. Just to give you context, like I said, equilibrium, I went back 50 years. We need to see around 2,000, 2,500 homes in the market. And at 240, I mean, we're well below where we need to be. So don't let me say, it's taking longer. That's still very, very, very fast. But yeah, that's the current status quo. So right here, we'll bring up, I think right here, I'll step to the side here, last year's data, and then this year's data, and we'll go back and forth and talk about the differences between the two. So May of 2021, big difference in sale price. And we can even bring in more clips where I continuously talk to you guys about the longer you wait, the more expensive it's gonna get. But last year at this time, the average sale price was $195,000 compared to where we're at right now, $263,328. So to give you context, that house that you could buy for $195,000, $200,000, that same product is now selling for $250,000, $260,000, $265,000, just to give you context. So that's a big, big difference. The inventory at the end of May of 2021 was around 121 properties compared to 240 this year. That's almost double, which is a good sign that we're seeing more inventory. The average day on market back in May of 2021 was 12 days compared to 21 days in 2022. So I like seeing where we're at today as far as more inventory hitting. The average day on market, that's kind of just relative to the new product. I think we're in a much better situation as a buyer than you were last year at this time, for sure. And then last year, current interest rates at the end of May of 2021 were 3 to 3.5% to where they're 4, 7, 5, 5.5 now. So just to sum it up from last year compared to this year, it was much less expensive to purchase something last year at this time compared to this year. So, for those of you who were thinking about buying last year and ended up signing a 12-month lease and were in a position to buy, take this L.
Le who? The her.
Lick your wounds, hit me up, let's get you into something. I don't think it's slowing down. There's still time. But yeah, you just missed out on a huge bag, in my personal opinion.
Bag alert, major bag alert.
Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm not gonna give a prediction on where I think things are gonna go. I really just wanna report on kind of what we're seeing. I wanna talk about where we were last year compared to this year, the differences between last month and this month, just to give you guys a general idea on the landscape. The last thing we'll talk about today is we'll just update you guys on the Grand Strand down in South Carolina. Again, I'm licensed in South Carolina. My service all of North Myrtle Beach, all the way to South in Georgetown. My place is in Pawleys Island, so I'm obviously focusing on Pawleys Island, but the Grand Strand makes up all 7, 8, 9 of those cities. So, you know, put an asterisk there. The average sale price currently down there for that general region of the coast is $433,370. There's about 1,200 homes actively on the market across those 7, 8, 9 cities. The average day on market across the board is 116 days. And again, the current interest rates are 4.75% and 5 to 5.5%. Obviously, the market down there is a lot different than the market up in the Midwest. It's a much more second hometown, investment town, because you've got condos and townhomes where people, just beach houses that are vacation rentals, things of that nature. The north side is heavily touristy, south side is more localized. But yeah, those are today's figures. And like I said, we'll put the Grand Strand up there again so you can see all of that. Like always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.